Welcome to 8 Minute Crimes. We put out multiple videos each week. We are currently working on getting some exclusive interrogation, so make sure you are subscribed. That is the best way to support the channel. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Enough rambling, let's get into it. Alex Cousino was a person of interest to police in the January 30th, 2011 double homicide investigation of Johnny Clarke and Lisa Straub in Holland, Ohio. She had had a falling out with Clarke in previous months over the purchase of a dog and also of a car. She also showed a lot of interest in what other people knew about the investigation of the case, so police brought her in for questioning. This is how that went.
Are you high right now? You been using drugs or drinking? Okay, good. Sign right there. Pretty fancy fingernails you got there.
I need to get them done.
Okay. I am investigating the homicide of Johnny Clarke and Lisa. Okay? I know we talked on the phone like the day of or the day after the homicide. Okay? Do you remember?
Correct, yes.
We talked over the phone for a few minutes. I want to go back now, okay? I want to go back to the circumstances where you purchased that car from Johnny and what happened with him getting the car back. I need to know exactly what happened. First of all, how long have you known Johnny? Had you known Johnny?
Well, I have known of him since probably '09, but I actually really started maybe hanging out with him in last summer of 2010, the summer of 2010.
Okay. Under what circumstances did you guys meet? How did you meet?
Mutual friends.
Who was that?
Honestly, I just know him, I don't, it's kind of,
Like, did you know him through, did you know Lisa first?
No.
Did you know Johnny's friends and then you guys hooked up?
Honestly, I think I was hanging out with his cousin.
Who's that?
Lacey.
Okay. Okay. So you guys started hanging. I mean, was this a physical relationship? Were you guys ever dating or
No.
sleeping with one another?
We slept with each other once. But
You did?
It wasn't anything, yeah.
Well.
No, I know, but it wasn't no.
Is this while he was seeing
No,
Lisa?
No. They had broke up for a while.
Okay. So.
They were really touch and go,
All right.
back and forth.
So they had broke up. And then you slept with Johnny, but only once.
Once, yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you use with Johnny pills?
Yeah.
Smoke weed?
Yeah.
Did you buy your weed from Johnny?
No.
Did you buy your pills from Johnny?
No.
Who'd you buy your weed from? I mean, I know all the players in this thing.
Yeah,
I really do.
No, I know you do. But see, there's a lot of, with this whole situation, I'm from the east side. I'm not from the south side. So, a lot of people over there I know, I really don't know them, though. Because
Okay.
they won't, talk to me. They won't have nothing to do with me
Okay.
because I am from the east side.
All right. All right. So, okay, after Johnny and Lisa broke up, you guys sleep together. Did you still see Johnny every so often at a...
We just, in traffic, bumping each other, out and about,
Okay.
But, we didn't really hang out or nothing like that.
Johnny had some good friends.
Johnny had a lot of good friends.
Right. He had, one of his good friends was Tiffany. Did you know Tiffany?
Yeah, you know I know Tiffany. Her child's father was killed at my house. So, I know Tiffany.
Okay.
And we don't get along.
You don't get along with Tiffany. Now, you got arrested that night.
Yeah, for obstruction of justice.
For what? Not saying anything?
Yeah.
Not talking?
Yeah.
And then they dropped the charges.
They wanted me to identify the people that had walked into my house, and I didn't know them. And
Okay.
I knew of them from seeing them at house parties, but I never actually hi, how you doing? What's your name?
Okay. All right. So yeah, that all happened at your house.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't own that house, though.
No, it was an apartment.
Yeah, in the apartment. Okay. So you know Tiffany. You don't like her. She doesn't like you?
No, I don't have a problem. I don't have no personal problem with her. I don't have any reason not to like her. I think
Okay.
she doesn't like me because everything with that, Donald. and then everything that's going on with her and Aaron.
Okay.
Because Aaron's my ex-boyfriend. So,
Okay, we're gonna get to that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do you know Zach? You said you know
Yeah,
Zach. You've
Zach's
known
one of my
Zach.
best friends.
Okay.
You
Let's
know,
talk about Zach.
He's young. That's one of my very best friends.
When you say best friends, you are,
I just trust him.
you're older.
Yeah, I'm 21.
I mean, you're 4 or 5 years older than Zach.
Yeah.
How can you guys be such good friends? How'd you guys meet?
Through AP. But Zach, he doesn't, I don't know how he is if when you've talked to him, sir, when he's with his mom, like, he might play the part of trying to act young. But he doesn't have like a young mind. We talk, I don't know how to explain it honestly. Like
He acts older than he is?
Yeah,
He's streetwise?
He's mature. He's mature.
Okay.
You know, obviously he has a baby, so.
Right.
Well, I know some people that are 30 years old, kids that aren't mature, but,
Right.
you know.
Well, I know. So, Zach, did you use pills with Zach?
Like a while ago.
Percocets and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you still use that stuff?
No.
You're not on perks anymore? Okay.
I
Um,
got arrested last month, and I had to sit in here for like a week, and it made me detox.
You got arrested on the Oregon stuff?
No.
What'd you get arrested for?
Well, they charged drug trafficking, but it got amended. So they had like drug abuse, maybe, I think. I don't even remember what they charged me with.
What other friends of Zach's do you know? You know Anthony Watson? Chris Watson?
I know Chris Watson, yeah.
How do you know Chris Watson?
Just from around.
How'd you meet him? If you don't know Anthony, his brother.
Oh, you're talking about Tone.
Oh, Tone.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I don't.
Tone.
It's just the
So
names
you know
sometimes-
Tone and Chris?
Yes, I know them.
How do you know those guys?
Being on the South End. I don't know how to, like, a lot of these people I know are just from, like.
Just hanging with other people?
You know, and you just randomly meet, and then if you start talking to that person, you guys get cool and hit it off, and you exchange numbers and you're
Okay.
friends.
All right. Ed Murray? You know Lil Ed?
And with the
Yeah.
skin and the record, yeah.
Okay.
See, that's a lot of people I don't know their last names, so.
Okay. What about Yaki? What's that Yaki's dude's name?
Matt.
Matt Yaki?
Yeah.
You know Matt?
Yeah.
Know him on site?
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's straight as a freaking arrow. I
Yeah.
swear he is. I really laugh because he's just like, he's corny. Because he's in the National Guard.
You're bigger than he is.
That's what I'm saying.
You could probably kick his ass, couldn't you? I know you could. All right. So you know basically the same people Zach knows.
Right, yeah. So we had like, basically, because I was around like for a few years over there.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we all overlap each other. So
When you were, I mean, did you and Johnny actually date?
no, we never dated. We never like went out together. That was like a fluke.
It just happened?
It was a fluke, yeah.
Okay, it
That's
just
why it was
happened.
only once.
But you were around him enough to know what Johnny was like.
Yeah.
You know,
Like his character.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I heard Johnny liked to talk.
Yeah.
Is that true?
He like exaggerated a lot of things.
Like what? What did he ever say to you? Like
He
what
would
kind of
exaggerate about like money and just like little stupid stuff that really doesn't matter, but it can't do no harm maybe, but it matters because it's not the truth. So it's still, you're not being 100%.
Mhm.
But honestly though, at the same time though, I don't know, I mean maybe he wasn't exaggerating about money before and like,
What did he
it's his
say?
status in life basically.
What did he say? Like what would he say? Like what?
Maybe I'm trying to think. I hear his voice in my head too. Oh, that shit's crazy. He would just talk about like he just got money basically. He never been like say no dollar amounts or anything, of course, but he's always like, you know, he's not hurting out here. But I think he really was though.
Yeah.
Because I know he had a really, really bad pill habit. I mean, it was bad. It was to the point where he was, you know.
So you knew Johnny before he started seeing Lisa too?
No, I
No?
didn't. No.
No.
Ever since I've known Johnny, it's always been Johnny and Lisa.
Okay. Did when they broke up, Johnny and Lisa, he was still living with his mom and dad then?
Yes.
Did you see Johnny much after he moved in with Lisa?
When he moved to her mom's house?
Yeah.
No. Me and Johnny, last time I talked to Johnny was probably, the first or second week of December maybe. That's even pushing it.
Okay.
I think it was the first week.
So he had moved in with Lisa by then.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. But I know that the only thing I know him and Lisa living together, before this incident happened, was they had an apartment together by Southwick Mall.
Right.
And I knew that they lived together there, but I didn't know that he was living with her at her parents' house.
Okay. Had you ever been to Lisa's house?
No.
Had Zach
Her
ever?
apartment, yes, but not her parents' house.
Not her parents' house?
No.
Zach had never taken you there?
No. I don't even know where it's at.
Okay. You talk to Zach a lot on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
I know. I call him all the time. It's my little.
What are you guys talking about?
I
Pills?
just tell him random
Weed?
stuff. No, I don't get my pills and weed off of him though. That's what's so crazy. But
So you've talked to Zach a lot
Yeah.
since this whole thing's happened.
that's like Zach's like, my family knows Zach. My kids know Zach. Like they love him.
What's Zach been like since the homicide? How's he been acting?
The same.
Same as always?
Yeah.
Well, I know Zach's got a real problem.
Real bad. That's why I'm glad he's doing all right now. I just actually, unless they took my letter, there's I wrote Zach a letter, and I told him like, I think this is what is, everything happens for a reason. Maybe you can't see the reason right now. Maybe 10 years down the road you'll finally be able to see it. But everything does happen for a reason. And that little 10 days or however many days he has, you use that to detox, and that by the time you come out you'll be fine, and you won't, be still having to go through this and argue over money with your mom and just stupid stuff, and it's just, it's not worth it.
Has he told you that we've interviewed him a couple times?
Yeah, I'm real close with his family. I'm very
Did he-
close. Like
did he
his
tell
grandma
you that?
loves me.
Okay. About whatever, I forgot her name. Novella?
Yeah, Novella.
Yeah.
She's granny to me.
Did he tell you he took a polygraph?
Yeah, he said he took a polygraph, and you guys said he was too high, but he said he was tired. I don't know.
Well,
See, this is what Zach only tells me certain things because he knows that I'm gonna ride his ass. Period. Point blank. Like I might not be a perfect person, but I know what mistakes I've made in life, and if I can prevent him from making any of the same mistakes I've made, or even start going down the same path that I've made, I'm not gonna let him. Like I'm not gonna personally sit there and just watch him fuck his life up. Like I'm not going to, because I love Zach. So I'm gonna sit there, and he knows if he does something that's messed up, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him about himself. If he's disrespectful to his mom, me and him get into it, and I'm gonna beat your ass, Zach. I don't care how big you are. And his mom and his grandmother, they both love me. They both, always pull me to the side, like, will you please just try to help Zach? And, I've been trying to get him in school, all this, and it's, I don't know.
Well, so Zach told you about the time we picked him up and we took him for a polygraph and he fell asleep, so they canceled it. Did he tell you about that?
Yeah.
Did he tell you about the other one he took?
No. But he might have, and I might just not, like, because I just know polygraph. I try not to talk to people about this situation, sir, because it's like, I don't want to be in other people's problem with it, if whatever they're into with it, or what,
So Zach never told you that he took another polygraph and he flunked? Ever told you that? Okay.
That's crazy.
Does that surprise you?
Huh? Yeah, it does.
It does surprise you?
It only surprised me, but then again, I don't know how polygraph tests work. I know they go
Well,
off
polygraph, right? They work off with your body,
your body rhythm.
the way your body reacts to certain things.
Yeah.
Like there's things you can't hide.
Right.
So, like if I gave you one and asked you about something, and you sat there and said you tried to breathe and all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not like the movies.
No, well, I may sit here, I may believe you when you say no, or you may say something to me and I may believe you. You can't fool that.
Yeah, because.
But anyway, so I just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, Zach, he took another one. He didn't fall asleep or anything, and he flunked. He flunked that test. So it's just interesting. You're a close friend of his, and you guys talk a lot. And I was just wondering, maybe he brought something up to you that might be of use to me. Well, okay, think about it. Let's go back. Let's go back.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just
That's
really.
all right.
I think it's something like.
Okay, let's go back. Let's talk about the car.
Okay.
All right. So
That's-
when did you start talking to Johnny about buying his car?
It wasn't that I started talking to him about it. This is the situation. This is the time I was actually living with Zach. Like, staying at his mother's house for a little bit. Like,
You were?
it wasn't like moved in, all my stuff's here.
So,
But
okay.
I was in between places.
So
staying
you're
for a
sleeping
couple
with
months.
Zach too?
No, I was staying at his house.
You're staying at Zach's
Yeah, I'm
house?
staying at his house.
You know he's a juvenile.
Yeah.
You sleep in the same room with him?
No, that's why
Okay,
I'm
alright.
really good with his friends with his mom.
All right,
and
you're
his-
friends with Renee.
So-
Okay.
She knew that I was in between places to stay, so I stayed there for a couple weeks. And Johnny came over the one night, and it was 2 days before Thanksgiving, I want to say.
Okay.
Maybe 3 days. 2 days, yes, 2 days, because the next day was Black Friday. The next evening, everybody went shopping for the Black Friday thing. Or something. It was like, yeah, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Well, we were all at Zach's house, smoking. And we go to IHOP, airport. Excuse me, sir. And
Who goes to IHOP?
me, Zach, and Johnny. And
Okay.
Johnny had me drive there because he couldn't drive. So I drive there, and somehow we just get talking. And he was like, "If you want to buy this car, you can." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Like,
So you guys went in Johnny's car, but you drove
yeah, I drove to IHOP.
in Johnny's car?
hmm With Johnny though.
Okay,
Johnny wanted me to
but-
drive. He just couldn't drive. So I drove his car,
Okay.
and we talked. And he brought up. He said he told me I can buy his car if I wanted to. And I said, well, you have to let me get the money together a little bit.
But did he say how much at that time?
Yep, $1,500.
Okay.
And that's the only reason why I bit down on the offer was because it was an 06 even for $1,500. Like, but this is the thing though. I told Johnny that night because he was kind of like high, and I told him like I'd rather wait till tomorrow morning till you sober up, because I don't want to give you this money, and you say fuck me basically, because I want to go get the title notarized, before I do anything.
Okay.
So the whole entire time I mean, basically, I felt like he was putting me in a corner because he kept begging me to buy the car off him. Like, he really needed the money. I really need the money. I really need the money. I'm like, okay, well, I had the $1,500, but I didn't want to give him all my money, so I told him I'll give you half.
Where'd you get that kind of money?
Huh?
Where'd you get $1,500?
Just from holidays and stuff.
No.
But
No.
I don't know, just from around.
Alright.
But so I tell him that I'd rather wait. Well, he just pestering me, will not stop. Like, he's begging me, like he's really literally begging me. Like, and I was Johnny, like what if you just take off with my money, And so by the time we got back to Zach's house, we reached an agreement that I'd give him half money, $750. Well, I give him $750. Yeah,
Okay.
it's half. And that I would give him the other $750 and when I had it, basically. And then it was a big situation with his mom. His mom is like certifiably crazy.
You're talking about?
Maite?
Yeah.
Yeah, certifiably crazy. Like, before this happened, she was nuts. Like,
Okay.
and she just, I don't know, she don't like anybody, and she always has something negative to say about people.
She
It's not
protective
even
of
true.
Johnny?
It'd be protective, yes, because that's his mom, but at the same time, like, it's, like, incorrect, like how she comes, kind of, like, she assumes stuff a lot, or if she hears something from her, like, nieces and nephews, she automatically takes heed to it and believes anything they say. Well, not everything you hear on the streets is true.
True.
95% of it is bullcrap.
When you were with Johnny in the past, when you had spent time, did she call him a lot? Was she calling him on the phone?
Yeah, it would depend though, like what the situation was when he had left being around her. Like, if they were okay, like on good terms, she'd just leave him alone.
So they'd fight and argue?
Yeah, cause she's like real life
Overbearing.
Yeah, really overbearing though. But she just assumes stuff a lot, like,
Okay.
and it's automatically, she always has something to say about everybody and she don't leave the house. Like, you stay on she gets on Facebook all day long. That's all she does. And like, she's on, like, there's a website, she's crazy for real. And I understand, like, right now, being a mom myself, like, I couldn't imagine, I could not even fathom what she was going through, You know, not only losing your son, but losing his girlfriend, who he was also close with.
Right.
I mean, that's, you're not supposed to outlive your kids, you know, and that's like one of the worst things that I can even think of feeling in my heart. So, I mean, I do understand, like, now, but at the same time, before, you were just as bad, you know, and you just directed it towards Johnny, and, like, she would flip out on him, though, like, freak out on him, where Johnny would be like, I can't deal with her. And that's probably part of the reason, honestly, why he wouldn't, you know, turn to drugs like he did, because his home life was stressful. His dad is, you know, tough to, I know the family Johnny comes from, probably influenced him to live the lifestyle that he lived.
It's possible.
You know?
It's possible.
He probably owed money to a lot of people.
He might have.
Like, I'm
Well,
not talking about like a few hundred, I'm probably like thousands.
Well, we'll discuss that in a second. So you give Johnny the $750 right then?
Yeah, that night. I gave it to him.
So you what, had to go home and get it and brought it back?
No, I was staying with Zach.
Oh, so you got it from
Yeah.
Zach's house, you gave him the money.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take the car right then?
Yeah.
How'd Johnny get home?
I dropped him off.
So you took the car and dropped Johnny off
Correct.
at home,
Yep, at his mother's house.
and then you immediately got a phone call from Mom?
Yes.
Mhm. Was she pissed that you bought that car?
Yeah.
What exactly did she say to you? Now I've talked to her about this.
Yeah.
Did she say that you drugged him? That you drugged him and then got the car from him or something like that?
She said yeah, that's what she said, but I didn't drug Johnny though. That's what my she knew what Johnny was doing. She didn't know really. She knew. I don't know if she knew about the perks like as bad as they were.
Right.
You know, like I don't.
Johnny's dad, I think, knew what was going on.
Yeah, because he was a lot easier to
Right.
handle, you know, and
Right.
to talk to and stuff like that. And you know, he wasn't mad all the time like Maite, so he didn't have that cloud of judgment.
Okay. All right. So you drop him off at home. You get into it with Maite. You take the car. How long do you stay with Zach after that?
Well, that was the week of Thanksgiving. Actually, I moved out of there the first week of December because I got a house. That's why I was staying there, because I was waiting to save for
So
the money
where'd you
to get a
move
house.
to?
To the east side on Berry Street.
What was the address?
707 Berry.
So you moved to 707 Berry with the car.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got the car.
Well, see, that night everything was like, you know, on eggshells with Maite about the car.
Right.
But the next day, things were fine. Like, it was a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal because she knows Johnny made that decision, and
Okay.
she couldn't.
Well, it
relate
was
to
Johnny's car.
Exactly.
He bought that money with his money, or
Yeah.
bought that car with his money.
She was just trying to, you know, be a mom, and I understand
Right.
though.
She
And
was
I told
looking
her
out to
personally,
make
like,
sure
I
that he
didn't
didn't get
honestly,
taken.
I didn't even want to buy the car. Like, I felt Johnny just would not stop. Like, he was so incessant. It was just, I just like, shut up, here, take it. Like, I don't even care. I do need the car. I got the money for it, so just shut up, please.
Okay.
Like,
So you never got it transferred into your
no,
name?
never
Okay.
got it switched over because
So-
I was gonna wait till I finished paying him.
All right. So you didn't pay him the rest because
The tire fell off.
did you hit something?
No,
Did you
no.
hit a
I was-
pothole?
no,
Did you
I
hit a
was driving-
guardrail?
No, I didn't hit anything.
How long after you bought the car did the wheel fall
Like a
off?
week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. at the
This is
most.
after you moved to Berry Street?
Yeah,
Okay. So
and
wheel falls off.
I wasn't even driving the car because I don't have my license. I was having my friend drive it because he's licensed and insured. And we're on Detroit, coming like underneath the viaduct. Well, Fearing turns to Detroit, by Nettie's. That's exactly where we're, right in front of Nettie's. And he was actually slowing down, and I smelled like burnt rubber. So I'm like, what the heck is that smell? And the next thing I know, we're just like boom, boom, and it's just like out. And when my mechanic looked at it, he said whoever had the struts done, and whoever did the struts, the mechanic was like a
Idiot?
shotgun mechanic,
Okay.
and they put it back on. It made like the tie rod snap, so it just like snapped.
Okay.
There was some
So-
fuse or something.
You tell Johnny the wheel falls off?
Yeah.
So did you call him right away?
Yep.
And you
That
tell
night. I told him that
him, fix
night.
the car?
No.
What'd you tell him?
I told him I didn't know at the time that that's what was wrong with until the next day I had my mechanic come look at it. And then me and Johnny actually got into an argument over the car around this period of time.
Okay.
Because he wanted the rest of the money for the car. And I told him, like, well, it's broke. If my mechanic says it'd be $1,000 to fix it. I said, this, that, whatever. This was a pre-existing problem. I said, it's kind of bullcrap. And I said, so we exchanged words, and he came and got the car. His father came and got the car.
Do you remember when that was?
First week of December, second week.
So Mr. Clarke
Mr. Clarke, yes.
came and got the car
Yes.
on Berry Street?
Yeah.
How do you get it out of there?
I think they had it towed.
Okay. Did you make any comments?
To Johnny?
Did you threaten anybody?
I didn't threaten him.
What?
I told him that Karma's a bitch. That's all I told him. And that still to this day I feel bad that I even said that because it was fucked up that I said that.
What did you say, actually?
That Karma's a bitch. Because he took the car from me.
You never threatened Johnny?
No,
I want my
didn't
fucking $750 back? Or...
No, I told him I want my money back because he said
What'd
he
he
was going
say?
to give it to me. And then after they had got the car back, and his mom, I don't know if his mom, because I heard her the whole time saying it, about she broke the car, she has to pay for it, da-da-da-da. I said, that's not fair.
Were you talking to AP at all during this time, Aaron?
During what time?
Like all this is going on with
No,
Johnny
I
in the
didn't,
car?
I mean, I didn't talk to him about the situation.
Did you go to AP and tell him, look, that fucking Johnny Clarke won't give me my $750 back?
No, me and AP's relationship is...
And then AP would have threatened Johnny?
Oh, no.
Give her money back or I'm
No.
going to kill you?
AP wouldn't even...
Well, I'm asking.
No, but I'm just saying, the reason I'm just... Because me and AP's relationship is just... He hates me. Like, he fucking hates me. And that's like the last thing he would do for... Like, he won't have nothing to do with me. Like, we talk on the phone every so often. But it's never about, oh, how you doing? How's your life going? You know, it's more like, you know, I talk to him a few minutes. And I try to joke around with him. And he's like, fuck you, bitch, and hangs up on me. You know, that's what it is, though.
Well, he is a man of few words, and he is very direct, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, he tells the truth.
He does, and that's all I know of AP.
Right.
I've never heard him tell a lie.
I've talked to him a couple times.
Yeah, I've never heard him tell a lie. He just don't. He don't care.
You know, he's not a big fan of the police either.
No, he's not.
And he won't lie to you.
No.
He'll tell you. He'll come right out and say, I'm not a snitch. I'm not going to tell you shit.
Yeah.
So, which, got to respect that about the guy.
Right.
I mean, he's honest.
Yeah.
So, doesn't beat around the bush that much.
Right.
You know, I polygraphed him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Zach told me that you had wanted to, but I didn't know what ever came of that. I'm sure he passed that because I know AP. Oh, actually, that night of the incident, I told you on the phone, we were IMing each other on Facebook, and you can only do that from like a computer,
Okay.
not
so
a phone. Like, you know how you can get on the internet. And
all right.
phone
Well, let's
and
wait.
stuff?
I want to talk to you about
Okay.
that. But so he came and got the car.
His dad did.
His dad did.
Yeah.
Was
I didn't
the car
see Johnny.
all right? Was the car issue over then?
Yeah. After that, after I told him, like, let me get my money, he told me he was going to give it to me.
Okay.
After about a week, I just chalked the money. I chalked the money and I gave him the car. You know what I'm saying? I paid for the car.
Okay.
You know, I thought I was going to have the car. I took the loss. No big deal. I've taken bigger losses than that in my life. So, $750 to know better, not to fuck with you. That's fine.
All right. So you're staying with Zach
I was before.
around this time.
This is when he took the car back, though. This is when I stayed unburied. I had my own house.
Okay, but that's in December
Yeah.
and stuff. Who were you dating? Who were you seeing? You weren't seeing anybody then?
I don't know. Well, he was in jail. The
Who?
guy I was seeing, Deshaun.
Okay.
He was in jail.
Deshaun Belcher.
Yeah,
What was he in jail for?
kidnapping.
Uh,
But everything was dismissed
why?
and dropped because they didn't kidnap the lady. They were trapping at her house, and she was a fiend. And she got mad because they would give her no dope, probably. And
So you're saying that she allowed him to do it.
Yeah, she
And
allowed
then
them
when
to
she
be-
when
they
she
would-
wasn't
when
getting
she
any more
wasn't
dope,
getting
she
high
got out.
anymore,
Okay.
she went to
All
an
right.
AA meeting.
All right. So you're
And she
you were
wasn't
saying,
mentally stable either. I know that.
well, then they took advantage of her, though. Wouldn't you agree?
Because I'm not mentally stable, and I wouldn't let nobody take advantage of me.
Seem pretty stable to me.
Right now.
that him?
Yeah.
All right, so you're seeing Deshaun. I got a lot of stuff on
I guess so.
about you.
I bet you
I got all
do.
sorts of stuff.
You got my mug shot from 2010.
Oh, man, yeah. Look at this innocent little girl.
I wasn't even.
What happened to her?
Thank God.
Well, I tell you what, I've read some reports about you,
I
Alex.
bet you have.
Man, oh man, what are you doing with an AK-47 assault
It
rifle?
wasn't my gun.
Are you a terrorist?
It's not funny.
I mean, that's the gun of choice of our enemy right
No, I
there.
know.
And there, here you are. You're not even big enough, strong enough to hold one of those.
It wasn't mine. That's why.
Yeah. These aren't my pants, right?
No, they are.
Oh, no. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, but
Okay. Well, all right. So.
that was the first case I ever caught.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So let's talk about Deshaun for a minute. You guys are dating, right? You're seeing each other, but he's in jail. Well, all right, you're dating Deshaun, but he's in jail. When does he get out of jail?
The end of January. The middle of January.
Yeah.
I know his birthday is January 14th, and I know he wasn't out for his birthday.
Okay.
So I think he might have got the 18th. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the last 2 weeks of January.
All right. You guys are pretty serious then? I mean, you're spending a lot of time together
No,
after he gets out? No? Okay.
No. Honestly, the only reason we stayed together while he was in jail was because we were together when he caught the case. And I didn't feel like right just leaving him in jail.
Okay.
I didn't want to be with him anymore. When he got out, like he stayed with me like once or twice, and that's it. I mean, I seen him like during the day. We'd be hanging out, driving around and kicking it and stuff, but it wasn't like I didn't want to be with him really anymore. And he knew it.
Okay. So here you are. He gets out. Now, you were with him the night of the homicide, though.
Yeah. Because I went and picked my friend up and dropped her off at her dude's house, the loser. And we went back to my house.
Do you remember what you did the weekend before?
No.
Why do you remember that night so vivid?
Because I remember the next day talking to you.
Okay.
And I had called him to I didn't know what was going on, you know.
So
and
you
he told me like, you didn't fucking do anything. Don't have anything to worry about.
So you're all right. You're with Deshaun the night of the homicide. And what were you guys doing?
Driving around.
You're just driving around?
Smoking.
Smoking.
Weed.
Did you see anybody? Whose car were you in?
My grandpa's truck.
What's your grandpa's name?
Danny Patrick.
Where's Danny Patrick live?
Airport.
What kind of truck was it?
2003 GMC Sierra.
Is that the truck you got in trouble in Oregon?
No.
Or where'd you get in trouble in that truck?
Manure Street. At the Wendy's when I got set up by the freaking police.
Oh, that's when you got caught with the drugs.
Weed.
Is that when you got caught with the
Yeah.
drugs? Okay, that's just, did they take it?
No.
Oh.
It's parked though. That's my truck for real, but it's parked now.
That is your truck?
Yeah, he gave it to me. Well, he was supposed to, but he probably won't give it to me now.
How old's your grandpa?
60s. He'll be 60, 65.
Did he know you had your truck that night? You had that truck that night?
Yeah.
All right. So
he knew I had it until I caught the case.
you're with Deshaun night of the homicide. You're out driving around smoking weed. What else did you do?
I probably went to the little corner store on the east side, the east side mini mart, like 15 times, because I always go there. It's like everybody on the east side.
Did you ever come across the river that night?
Yeah, to go to the north, where he lives, and to pick Mallory up.
To Deshaun's house?
Yeah.
Where was Deshaun living?
What's that street called? Putnam, maybe?
All right, so you picked up Deshaun first. What time did you pick him up?
No, I don't remember. I know he was with me that day. I don't remember how he got with me. I don't know if he was with me from the night before that, too, and I just never dropped him off, or if I just picked him up randomly to smoke weed with him. I don't honestly remember how
You
he
didn't
got. I don't remember how he got with me.
Okay. But is it
But
dark
it was during,
out?
No, it was during the daytime.
All right, during the day. And he's with you all day?
Mhm.
Did you guys eat?
Probably
Did you
drove
go out to
somewhere.
eat?
No, we didn't go sit down nowhere.
So you're with him, then you're with him all evening.
Yeah.
You're still just driving around smoking weed.
Yeah.
You didn't go anywhere to do this. You're just driving around all evening.
That's what I. That's
But
what
you
I
still
did.
don't want to be with him though.
No, because we were cool. Like we hang out and stuff. I don't have a lot of friends like that I can sit here and I trust 100% to really be around me like that. And Deshaun, at the time, we were, like I didn't tell him I didn't want to be with him, but I really like I was kind of like slowly like dissipating from him, like
Okay.
not staying with me as much, and I was trying to let him down easy because he did just get out of jail. I did stick with him the whole time he was in jail, so I probably. Like to him, I didn't want to have him look like, oh, I'm a fake person because this whole time he was in jail, I held him down, and as soon as you get out, I don't want nothing to do with you. So
Okay.
like, it was just a delicate situation for me.
All right,
like,
so you're with him all evening. You're driving around. You're smoking weed. How late in the evening did your friend call you? What's your friend's name?
Mallory?
Okay. So what? Mallory calls you?
Yeah.
Remember what time?
It was late. I mean late, like 1, 2, 3, I don't know, somewhere between midnight and 3.
Okay. Did you talk to Zach that night?
I might have for some perks. About some perks. I don't know if he called me and asked me if I can get any perks or not. But that was like that wasn't anything else, because I always talked to Zach every day about perks, That's when I was still really like taking perks. Percocets.
Okay. Did Deshaun take perks?
No.
No. Just like smoke weed?
Yeah.
You guys drink it or anything?
No, I don't drink.
Okay. So Mallory calls you. It's late. What does she? What she want?
She wants a ride.
Wants a ride where?
Always. To the west side. I think that's the west side. By Central and Detroit.
What? She gonna go see her boyfriend or something?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Marquise. Lame. Ugh, I just don't
What is
know.
it?
Marquise, I think. But that's not her boyfriend anymore.
Marquise what?
I don't know his last
You
name.
don't know his last name?
No.
Black man, white man?
Yeah, he's black.
Okay. Deshaun a member of a gang?
Not like. I don't think so.
Is Marquise?
No. I don't think. No, I know he's
Is
not.
Deshaun still living over in Fulton?
Yo, that's the street Fulton, thank you. I don't know why I said.
Putnam.
Is it fun?
You got arrested on Fulton.
Oh, yeah.
You a member of a gang? Did I ask you that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if he is or not. I don't get into gang stuff.
What's your boyfriend's name right now?
I don't have a boyfriend.
You don't?
No.
Who's the father of your child?
Nate Popovich.
How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay.
He's white. Okay.
Oh,
I know.
I
I'm sorry. I just.
Well, I don't care what color.
I know.
It doesn't matter to me.
White though.
All right, so the night of the homicide, you're with Deshaun, you're driving around. He'd been out for a couple of weeks, maybe? Okay. When you would talk to Zach, did he ever bring up about Johnny staying with Lisa?
No. But he knew like me and Johnny weren't really cool at the moment, so like, well, not we weren't cool, but I didn't have anything to say to him. He didn't have anything to say to me. The way I look at it.
Were you still pissed at John? Did you still want your $750 back?
Well, yeah, everybody wants their money back, but I mean, I wasn't gonna act on it. I didn't say anything to him or anything else.
You didn't say anything to Deshaun about the $750? Did Sean know about the $750?
I don't know if he even like.
Well, you were
I
with
don't
him
think
at
he
the
knew
time.
the whole situation about it, but I think he knew like.
Did you ever?
I think he knew I was supposed to have $750 owed to me from somebody. I don't think he knew who it was. He never met Johnny, never seen Johnny, so like.
You think Deshaun had taken it upon himself to go try and get that money back?
He didn't even know. He wouldn't even know where to start. Now I know he wouldn't do that. Like, well, I can't say I know he wouldn't, but
Did you ever say in front of Deshaun that motherfucker owes me $750 and I want it back?
No.
You never said that?
No.
Did Zach ever call you and say, I know where we can make some money?
No.
I know where there's a safe?
No.
Get Deshaun to do
No.
this?
And plus, like, I just, no. That situation, I wouldn't involve anybody else. Like, that's not something you do. It's ignorant.
Do you know who went over to Johnny and Lisa's house and killed him?
No, I don't. Like, I really don't. I have no idea. I don't even, my speculation is it's people you owe money to. And
Did you see Aaron that night?
I thought I seen him, but honestly, I don't know if it was him or his brother, because he didn't say anything to me. And they were in a car, and I just seen like a profile view.
Okay. All right. Who do you know that Johnny owed money to? Who did he owe money to?
I'm the only person that I know he owed money to.
Well, you said
My speculation is that he
owes money.
Like that he was getting his drugs off of money, like not like $100, not a few hundred, not 700, like probably like several thousands.
You know Paula Randa?
No.
Cousin Paulie?
Paulie, I know of him. I don't
Okay.
know him.
Never met him?
Seen him. Never like hi. My
What's
name's
he do?
Alex. I don't.
Heard he deals
we
a little
don't
bit of
work.
weed
Yeah, I
and
don't think
stuff.
he works.
Okay.
So I don't know. I know his cousin though.
If I asked you, everybody that I've talked to that's involved in this investigation, I've asked for a DNA sample. Would you give me one?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
If I asked you, would you take a polygraph?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
No.
You're not lying to me about anything?
No, I'm not lying to you. That's why I said I'll take a polygraph.
If I wanted a DNA sample, I could get it from you?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay. Wait right there. You know how you get DNA, right?
Swab.
Hey. How about that, huh?
Are you waiting for me? No.
Well, I said, everybody we talked to, we asked for a swab, so. So what else have you heard? Anything at all?
No.
Nothing?
No. Just that he did owe people money though. And I'm like not the only person though. Because
So, you're right. Hey, when you got these tickets in November, was that in Johnny's car?
oh,
License plates,
that was
driving without
when
seatbelt.
I got stopped as a passenger and then we're already
Oh,
oh
speeding through Oregon.
that's old.
Oh, well, you still owe them $104.
Yeah, I know. I got a traffic or money only warrant through Oregon. And then
Who was driving Johnny's car when the wheel came off? Thanks, Phil.
I know it was with a license plate. I don't know who. Fuck did I have driving that car that day? I'm sorry. This is just. I don't.
It's all right.
I smoke a lot of weed. I don't even. It's so hard for me to remember certain stuff. Like I don't. Cause I don't.
Can I see your tattoos?
I got a lot of tattoos.
What's that say?
And God, I trust all others pay cash. I only know a few people with their license.
Have you talked to the Watson brothers since this happened?
Yeah.
What have they had to say?
I don't talk to them about the situation. I won't talk to, the only person I've talked about this situation to is Zach. Because
Does Zach seem nervous about anything?
No.
You think Zach knows?
The only thing Zach tells me about this is he said the police are looking at the wrong people. They're looking at his friends. They're looking at the people who really cared about Johnny.
Well, what does Zach think we ought to look at?
No, I don't know if he thinks like there's anybody in particular that you should look at or anything.
Do you think that Zach knows who did this? I'm
Honestly,
not saying that
know.
Zach was involved.
Honestly,
Do you
I
think
have no-
Zach knows more than?
Honestly, I have no idea. He don't let on to me anything because he knows that I tell him like you need to do what you need to do to get yourself out of this situation and let it be done and over with. Because this can't go on forever like this. It's
Well, I'm gonna
not
tell you
right. It's
something.
not fair though to Johnny and Lisa or
Right.
his family.
If-
And regardless of the problems that I did have with them, like $750 isn't anything compared to what Johnny's life is and his mom. And you know, Johnny will never be able to have kids now. And like I think about that kind of stuff. You know, like his mom, that's their oldest son.
Did you ever hear anything about Lisa that might bring somebody to that house? Did you
I
ever
knew
hear
she
that?
used to like do powder and stuff, like snort coke. So like I don't know, like I know she was on it. Every time like Johnny and her broke up, she'd like do it a lot. From what I've heard.
But she was still working and stuff.
Yeah, she waitress somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've talked to a lot of people, and I'm just trying to gather information about this. You know, that's why I wanted to talk to you. I mean, it'd have been a lot easier if you just come and talk to me
I know,
before. I told you I wasn't going to arrest you.
I know.
I mean, it'd been very simple. Where'd they arrest you at?
At my house,
Where are you staying?
on South. But I don't even know what. I mean, was that what all this was about?
Well, I told you I want to talk to
Okay,
you.
but then I know.
And I
but
talked to
my lawyer
Mallory.
talked to Brian Lewandowski.
Well, yeah, Brian, yeah. I mean, we
And
worked
she
together.
said that, yeah, he told her that when she got back, and she told him when she got back in town that she was going to call him and we were going to come down here.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't wait. You know, I'm sorry.
So what, now I have to get a rain on all my warrants?
Well, I don't know what the next step is about all this crap, but hold on one second.
Yeah, because I'm
I want
just
to
trying
look
to
at
move out
there's
of my
something else
house
I
right
wanted to
now.
ask you, and I can't remember exactly what it was.
Is there any way I could get like a female escort to the bathroom?
Gotta
I
use
have
the
to pee
bathroom.
really bad. They woke me up, I was asleep, and I didn't get the first.
Well, you're gonna get patted down first
That's
before
fine,
you go to the bathroom.
that's fine. I just have
You want something to drink or anything, or?
yeah, I don't mind.
All right, hold on a second. Let
Thank
me
you,
see if
sir.
I can't find a female to
Thank
get
you,
you.
sir.
All right, they're coming. Now you gotta pee, and I'm gonna give you a walk.
I know,
Is
that's
that
I
all
was
right?
just thinking about that too.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine, thank you.
So, well, you know, if you do know something,
I would tell you, sir, because listen, like I don't like this, like whole, you know, waking me up out of the sleep thing and all that. Like I don't want this in my life. Like I don't need it, especially now that you know, since I had caught that case in February, and I was lucky enough that they didn't charge me with the felony. Like I want to get my life together. Like
well, there's a lot of stuff
I want to
that,
go to school.
this-
and I
this-
can't go to school and do all
right,
that if I'm
but
doing
this
something.
case,
This is serious.
There's a lot of things, if somebody was forthcoming with information.
It would put your pieces together and you...
Right, but there's a lot that somebody like I, or Detective Lewandowski or somebody like that could do for that person. Not just, if they get hemmed up on something and they need help, and there's a substantial cash reward out there. I mean, substantial.
Yeah.
That could set somebody up that wanted to go to school or was looking to move and get someplace. But if they knew something,
Right.
and they're afraid, if that person's afraid,
Yeah,
there's ways to help with that too. So,
Right.
all right, I think there's a female coming, and they'll pat you down real quick and get you to the bathroom. But think about it, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. How long did you have that pickup truck? How long had you had that pickup truck before the night that you and
Not that
Deshaun
long.
were, when did you pick it up? You had it for a month?
Maybe.
So was it basically yours? Did he give it to you?
He let me use it because he knew I didn't have a car.
What was he driving?
He's a man. My grandma's crippled, sir. So she's in a wheelchair, so he had a van with a lift and stuff in it for her.
All right, so did you start using it before, when the wheel fell off?
No, it was after that.
Beginning of January?
Maybe, probably then. Honestly, I don't think.
You went out there and got it from him? Your grandpa let you come out and get it and you can use it?
Yeah.
So you didn't go out and get it the night
No.
that you and Deshaun were driving around
at my
in it?
grandpa's house. No, I didn't go out there and get it. No, because he lives out in Holland. I'm not going to drive all the way out there. The truck was at my mom's house when I did receive the truck.
And your mom lives on Corduroy?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the truck on Corduroy?
Yeah.
You didn't go out to your grandpa's
No, I
house
didn't go out.
that night? Okay. Okay. I was just wondering.
Which Russ?
I don't know.
Jenna, what do you prefer?
What are the options? I don't,
The employee one here or that public one?
I'd rather do the one right here, make it easy.
Did you visit your grandpa that night, the night
No.
for the home? No, you didn't even go that way?
No.
I don't, that's the,
Stand up.
Where do you want that down there? In here?
right,
You can,
yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
she
sorry.
wants to pat you down.
Take your
first.
jacket off. So, put your hands on the wall. Got anything on you?
No, ma'am. There's I got 2 tank tops on this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you take off your shoes when I'm done here
Okay.
and shake them out.
Actually, Tex just put my shoes in my socks on me.
Okay, just shake them out, upside
Oh,
down.
sorry.
And then you sit back on. And just leave this in here. We're just going across the hall there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Had to keep it.